Step back, another three. Puts it in. Jaylen Brown!
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to NBA Today Highlights. In today's video, we've got to talk about the Atlanta Hawks and a major issue they're facing. Trae Young. That's right. The Hawks have a serious Trae Young problem, and we're going to dive into exactly what's going on. Is Trae's time in Atlanta coming to an end? Could a trade be on the horizon? Stick around as we break it all down. So, here's the big news that might rub Trae Young the wrong way. According to a recent report, there wasn't even a real market for him last season. Yeah, you heard that right. If there had been serious interest, Trae might already be playing for another team, but he's still in Atlanta. And now, the Hawks are in a tough spot. Nobody wanted Trae, and now the team has an even bigger issue on their hands. The Hawks aren't good enough to contend, but they can't rebuild either, because they've traded away their next 3 first-round picks. And if they tank, all that does is help the San Antonio Spurs. And we all know they're building around Victor Wembanyama. So, what do they do now? Try to compete? That hasn't worked out so far. Trae as your best player puts you in play-in territory, not championship contention. The Hawks have been asking themselves this big question. What if Trae wasn't the main guy? What if he was the second or even the third best player on a team? That could change things. Right. With Trae's trade value dropping, more teams might be willing to make an offer. So, today, I want to break down a few teams that could actually make a deal for Trae Young and potentially save the Hawks from this mess. But let's rewind for a second. What went wrong for Atlanta a few years ago? If you called the Hawks to ask about trading Trae, they'd laugh in your face and hang up the phone. Now, they might be desperate for a good deal. It's been a wild shift. They made that Eastern Conference Finals run back in 2021, but we all knew that wasn't real. They got past the Knicks and the Sixers, but everyone could see the writing on the wall. It wasn't sustainable. Since then, things haven't been the same. The Hawks freaked out, thinking they were supposed to be in the finals, and they traded for DeJounte Murray, giving up Danilo Gallinari and 4 first-round picks. That's a move you make when you think you're one piece away from contending. But here's the thing. The Hawks weren't really that close to contending. They were lying to themselves, and now they're paying the price. So now, Atlanta is stuck. They've got a rebuilding team around Trae Young, with some great young talent like Jalen Johnson, but they don't control enough of their future draft picks to fully rebuild. There are only 2 paths left. Either go all in and get Trae a superstar teammate, or trade Trae Young. But how good are those young pieces really? Could they attract a real star? Let's explore the second option, trading Trae Young. Which teams could actually save the Hawks and give them a fresh start? First up is the Orlando Magic. They made an interesting move this summer by bringing in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. But what they really need is a point guard. Even Paolo Banchero said they need someone who can set the table. Trae fits perfectly here as a playmaker and shooter. With guys like Franz Wagner and Paolo, the Magic could become serious contenders. Plus, Orlando was already a top 5 defense last year, so they could mask some of Trae's defensive struggles. Next, we've got the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I know what you're thinking. LeBron playing off ball more? It's not ideal. But Trae's shooting and playmaking would be a massive upgrade compared to the Russell Westbrook experiment. The Lakers haven't made any major moves this offseason outside of signing Taurean Prince and dealing with Bronny James's situation. They've got the picks and a young player the Hawks want, Austin Reeves. This could actually work if the Lakers are planning for a post-LeBron future. The third team on the list, the San Antonio Spurs. They've got the Hawks' future picks, which means they can get Trae for cheap. Pairing Trae Young with Victor Wembanyama could be magic, but there are concerns. Trae has been tough to coach, and Greg Popovich won't tolerate any of that. Plus, we haven't seen Trae play alongside another superstar yet. It's a risky move, but the Spurs might pull the trigger if they believe Wembanyama is ready to contend sooner than expected. And here's the wild card, the Denver Nuggets. With Jamal Murray showing signs of inconsistency, especially in the Olympics, could Denver be in the market for a new number 2 next to Nikola Jokic? This would be a blockbuster deal that would shake the NBA to its core. It's a long shot, but man, would it be interesting. So what's next for Trae Young and the Hawks? It feels like things are reaching a breaking point. If Atlanta can't turn things around this season, don't be surprised if Trae is on the move, whether it's to Orlando, L.A., San Antonio, or somewhere else? The Hawks need to make a decision soon, or they could be stuck in mediocrity for years to come. What do you guys think? Should the Hawks trade Trae Young, or should they try to get him some help? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to NBA Today Highlights for more in-depth analysis on all your favorite players. See you in the next one.